Hey, hope you're all well. I just wanted to spit some facts real quick on this camera. As I've told y'all before, I don't necessarily say what a sin is or what is good for a person or not, but I like to give a warning to these. And I don't know why, but I was just sitting here and I played one and I won $1, but I thought about it for a second. You guys are boycotting a lot of stuff and making the government pay for where it's messed up in the past recently. But this right here, the lottery, mm, I mean, imagine these people are getting billions and billions in every state, the whole federal nation, billions of dollars. And nobody ever fucking wins the shit. Whether it be scratch cards, whether it be the big tickets you all buy. Then people go to these slots, they go to these blackjack stands and casinos, and just losing money. Now, that's why I wanted to bring this up. When I went to the Ameristar recently, the hotel in Indiana, there was gambling and my girl was playing, but she didn't have no idea what she was doing. She was hitting the bonus button instead of the bet button, so she was losing at a large amount and couldn't understand why. So I told her after she spent 25, and then she kind of left it at that. I didn't touch the machine. I only bought this for fun, if you will. Some nostalgia from back in the day when I used to buy them. But essentially, whenever you gamble, you're with your willful mind, knowing, how can I put this? There are percentages when dealing with machines and casinos. Let's say when dealing, even with a high hitting machine, let's say you have a 15 to 20% chance to win. That means you have a 80 to 85% chance to lose, or a 85 to 80% chance of losing. Yes, correct. So, what I'm essentially telling people is with your will and with your thirst to become rich, you're actively making them richer, destroying yourselves. I have multiple family members that either got settlements or some type of something, and they think to get nobody some real money and went and blew that shit, thinking they were going to get richer or something. It happens all the time. If I've talked about a lot of stuff on this camera, but one thing I've never understood is gambling addiction. And the reason why I don't understand it is because my mind is too logical. If I know that you have a higher percent chance to beat me and I have a chance to walk away, like it's not a forced battle, so it's gambling, right? So then why would I continue to walk down that path? I might get rich. So I'm gonna explain something to you guys, what imagery is and idolization and programming. Okay, so most people who probably see me, I'm gonna ask you a question. When you think of America, outside of what's been happening recently, the idea is in America, you do certain things and work hard and you'll get super rich or paid. Whether it be and I'm gonna explain all this. As an artist, you make good music and you get rich and you start doing your thing. Okay. As a intelligent person who went to school and college and all that, you're gonna go and get the Nobel Peace Prize and do this amazing thing at this corporate job, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Maybe you work hard enough at sports and stuff like that, you're gonna become an athlete. Okay. So what I want you to do is, now I'm gonna start with athletes. I want you to take every NBA player that is currently in the NBA, and I want you to add their number together. Then with that number, I want you to divide that, or yes, I want you to take the number of people in America alone. Really, you would have to say world, because you could bring people into the country and sign whatever you want. But essentially, take the number of people in America divided by the number of maybe basketball players or football players in the NFL or MLB or NBA. And the number you get is the number of people that will ever become famous before you in that equation. Do the math. America is laced with imagery. Religion, Islam, Judaism, Christian country, they're all laced with imagery. Many countries are led by these countries, because what they don't like to tell people is that only until recently did they stop murdering for the name of their gods. When you atheists look at people and go, why are they Christian? They're dumb, blah, blah. Their forefathers were getting slaughtered, and then it spread down through the family line. Even 100, 200 years ago, African Americans were living through quite the journey. So, many other people have too, but I can't remember, get with your culture, shut up and dribble. So let me dribble with my culture real quick. These people have been murderers and psychopaths. And so now that we have a new level of freeness, I'm trying to free people from this buffoonery and bullshit. Imagery, idolization. What is real? What is anything we're seeing? Right? You see all these athletes getting millions of dollars in the media, and it's like, oh, I want to be like them. But what do you see? Now, as a poor person or whatever, you probably go outside, run down the block, scream, bah, whatever. Nobody cares. Nobody remembers you. Maybe your neighbors. You can make up for it with a couple of beers, right? Perhaps they like wine. So then, take it even further. Now you're Shannon Sharp. And one silly phone call, and you have to pay $10 million and lose your job. Do you see what I'm telling you all? When I told you all in the past that the richer you are, the more enslaved you become, that's the truth. Now all you got to do is something stupid and they can sue you. So back to reality. The amazing inventions you see. Well, let's say you become an engineer or architect and you invent something. Do you know what's going to happen? What's going to happen is you're going to be a poor student that just got out of your student loans and debts. And I don't give a fuck what you just invented. Somebody's going to have to buy it and patent it, or you're not going to see a dime. Same with artists and music artists. If you don't have a record label or somebody behind you helping you and you don't got no advertising, I don't care how good your song is. Ain't going to go nowhere. While the next motherfucker talking about my pee-hole pink, my bee-hole brown is going to get billions of views. Come along with me. Walk with me through the valley of the shadow of death. I like to take away the vials of meth, get you high on something next, take away your next breath and give you life. Perhaps find a new wife, the flesh itself, and then you can find your personal wealth. But see, no matter what I say or rhyme, I'm just that black, self-hating guy that talked about the black Hebrew Israelites. But I do not care what other people think of me. I can only simply be who I am. I saw Family Guy use the Ark of the Covenant yesterday. Something was happening to where Peter started beating up. Peter saw a spider on Stewie, so he kept trying to swat it with a tennis racket. I was telling y'all what I saw. So he was trying to hit the spider, but it kept moving, so he's beating the shit out of Stewie on accident. Stewie all of a sudden turned around, looked, and said, I am who I am, and that's all I'll ever be. And I was like, what the fuck? But it felt powerful when he did that. I was like, damn, the baby stood up. But no, back to what I was talking about. You guys will see certain ambitions like becoming a huge athlete or becoming a great artist and selling your music. You should go research TLC. You should go research half the industry. You see all these people like big chains or a nice house. A lot of them don't even own that stuff. You know, Justin Bieber was given his house and he stayed there as long as the record label told him he could stay there. A lot of these artists get what, 50,000, 100,000 for a contract for years and then don't have no money. You ever wonder why a lot of these artists on YouTube don't have a thank you button? Why do you think that is? Especially the big ones, big names. Why don't they have thank you buttons? Because now when you're under all these contracts, you make money here, 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 and here. And any monetization outside of that, outside of royalties, they will give you royalties. And then outside monetization, depending on the contract, will fuck you up. I'm telling y'all, this country works, man. This country is a fucking mental, spiritual, financial prison. I told you, even when you get money, you have to invest it back into the system or the inflation will cut your nuts off, sort of speak. That's a metaphor. I'm sorry. That was violent. You got me. See? The Lord took his rod and went, dude. Because, okay, simple as that. So anyways, I'm sorry for that last metaphor. Do not worry of circumcisions. No, they are not going to hurt Ike with a brisk. Sorry, that's just some South Park. Anyways, the point is, a lot of the stuff they're teaching us to inspire to do, even if you own a business. You know what happened to all these mom and pop shops? They got bought out. They did exactly what they're supposed to and got bought out. And then they got destroyed if they weren't bought out. Like, it's good not to idle over certain things. And this is one of the things I'm talking about. This little ticket right there. Lotteries. Billions of dollars. Like, as African Americans, I keep hearing I say, shop black, shop black. You know, that's a good idea, but it's deeper than that, man. We need to connect now. We need to network. All I see on YouTube is different African Americans arguing over stupid fucking shit. Like this case that just happened. Kanye coming out saying he sucks ping ping and stuff. These are distractions, so when you all intermingle, they can make you fight over it. They did the same thing with the Black Hebrew Israelites. Then there was a trillion camps, like denominations, and the leaders was telling people not to talk to each other in different camps. Break away from the mainstream groups, open thine eyes, and understand. Because as much as I love Yehohanan and whatever, I don't even know what really happened in the past, but as much as I've built up a love for that Bible, I'm trying to sit through John and listen, and it sounds like a bunch of subservience that a king will want a bunch of subjects to live through. It sounds like pure fucking stupidity. Do you trust me? It's like if I was watching Aladdin, and there was a scene in Aladdin where Aladdin asked Jasmine, do you trust me? 500 fucking times. It sounds like somebody was being a philosopher in the 1500s. No, Jesus was not nobody was in Levant talking about the Lordeth, Godeth, cometh, wineskinneth. It's bullshit. Wake up. I cannot, like now when I go back and read the New Testament, I'm just thinking like how Greek and ye old English that book sounds. Because I don't think nobody in Jerusalem, Canaan, the Levant, whatever y'all want to call that country, because I ain't calling it Israel no more. Y'all got that shit from Kemet, Ethiopia, or whatever. Y'all got that shit from Kemet and Kush and Methje. Yes, very good. Good. No pictures. Please, no pictures. Sorry, I play too much sometimes. What I'm essentially telling y'all is, please stop fucking with the lottery. As a people, as everything, take all them billions of dollars and let's start networking. But we don't just got it. Like I see people like, I donated to this African person or I donated to this. You're being silly. Even like, it's good to give homeless people, like if that's what you want to do, like if you see them, you want to give them $1 or something, whatever. But we need to be smarter now. We keep telling everybody we God, so let's go. Intellect. It don't take you open an encyclopedia. Change what you were doing before, and now instead of blah, 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 blah on the streets, maybe watch an informational video for 10 minutes. Not fucking weird philosophical self-help chosen one videos. It's cool and all, but good God, dude. If you just think, change your thinking with manifestation and change your blah, shut the fuck up. We get it. It's within. It's getting old. It's giving, I can talk to your ancestors from the dead. And a lot of those people that are taking pictures with your rental cars, talking about, I manifested 10,000 trillion, but they're manifesting that by robbing y'all asses. Wake up. If you want to give somebody some thanks or something, cool. But we need to start creating our own infrastructure with civilization. If they can have Amazons and all this stuff, we can use websites and we can use things to build and grow. Not to be Nazis, not to be, I'm white and I'm the master race. We've learned all about Europe, buddy. You should be begging other nations because that's why you guys bring all these taco trucks and Indian food restaurants and Mexican stores, but hate the people, right? You love the NBA and the NFL. I can show you some clips from the NFL way back when. LO fucking L. So all I'm telling y'all is wake up, be smarter with some of the things we do, and stop letting the states rob y'all. Like they get billions of dollars and all these homeless. At least y'all already got taxes, right? Y'all robbing us with taxes. Because from what I could tell, I'll get into this in a second. If you're gonna make money through taxes, at least use this. Because when people win, If I was to win $1 billion, I probably only see $200 million. They probably take $800 million in taxes. I'm telling y'all how this shit works. So if y'all are going to have all this weird monopoly play flex money and at least start to use it to build up the world, fix some of these homeless people y'all put on the fucking streets. When y'all took homes back, when y'all were unrelenting and unforgiving, but then y'all got bailed out, right? With the homeowners crisis and all that shit. Wake the fuck up. Let's become better people. And because anybody have a problem with me cursing, but still reading that Bible and forsaking half the world is a fucking demon. I don't want you to listen to me. I want people with common sense, like when Gideon went to war. If you don't know how to drink from the river, get off my page. I don't want monetization. I help the elderly for a living. And outside of people being like, I hate going to my job, it's something I like to do. I get to talk to the elderly. I get to respect them and help them and all types of stuff. Beautiful conversations. Nothing to do with religion or anything. Talking about everyday life. Helping them, the ones that can't do anything for themselves too. Because that's the type of person I am. Maybe it was the spirit built at the foundation of my world. But what I'm going to tell you is people are going to continue to wake up, and we're not going to accept black podcasters pretending they're a part of the black community, argue and fight with each other over stupid fucking news stories that don't make sense in the first place. Because I'm tired of y'all being cool with I'm tired of Dylan Roof getting Burger King, Kyle Rittenhouse getting off. That one dude signing Skittles now. That shit made me, if I could, thank you for not giving me powers, because if I could throw lightning bolts. You gonna sign Skittles after murdering a kid on a lawn? All right, motherfucker. Anyways, George Zimmerman. Back to the lesson at hand. But then be mad at this kid for self-defending himself. Remember that black guy who went in the store with the son, and then the white guy came from his truck and was hollering at his baby mama or wife or girlfriend, whoever it was, and hitting on her window. So then the guy went out there and pushed him and said, "Get away from my woman in my car." And he shot him. Remember that was Stand Your Ground? Stop playing with me, man. I'm being as patient as possible. So, I am who I am. I am the living one. Perhaps you all are too. Speak it. Be happy. Learn thyself. Return to the chemistry. Learn the chemistry of thyself. Alchemy, a heart of gold. How about that? Good to have a mind of gold too, because sometimes when people become too spiritual, holier than thou, I can walk on water, they do very silly things. So remember the balance. Because if you're not careful, you're going to give the Lord Gudon Guthis from Germanic paganism the wrong kind of power and possibly keep saying he and switch who you are. But then in the Old Testament, they said Moses is going to judge you, but people still ignore that, calling him the eternal he, father, but told call no man father and you're a man. I am who I am. I am the Father. You are who you are. You are the father or mother. The only thing you're supposed to honor is thy parents. You're supposed to love and respect your neighbors and others. So, you have a problem with your parents? I'm sorry. I'm not your God. I don't mean to offend. I am just simply telling you that honor them and respect them and you might live a long life. You wasn't there when you was crying, wah, wah. Oh, you were, and they had to hold you for fucking hours at a time with your stinking shitty ass. Remember that. Always remember that when you're like, my mom and dad. Now, if they was on drugs or messed up or whatever, still remember them. They were African American in this country too, and you know what they had to live through. You have it a little bit more better, comfortably. I hate when people talk shit about alcoholics and drug addicts. Because them are the people that need help, but y'all are just so powerful. So, have a good day.